Hey, Fab, does it show anybody waiting to be let in, or will it show up on my screen?
It'll show on everybody's screen, but so
Oh,
far there's nobody asking to be let in.
okay. But we won't let them in, right, until we're ready, basically.
Right, correct.
Okay. Just so they don't
I
hear
mean,
any background talk, back and forth of issues that we're having.
right, unless it's us, right, Irene or Claudia or whoever.
Just,
Yeah, right.
just so you
Only
know,
internal
Julio,
folks.
I've restarted the stream, so that way we can check everything. So just so you're aware, right now we're streaming live. Okay.
Okay.
Julio, are you there?
Yes.
Hey, so we won't be able to ping the interpreter because the way it works is he would actually have to have like his, the way you and I appear, like FG, Julio Perez, and so on and so forth. He would actually have to log in with his credentials so that I could ping him, but he doesn't have a laptop. Because, I mean, that was not unless, yeah. Do you want him to borrow one?
You're asking me?
Aaron just ran in here and asked, yeah, that and there's one he can borrow and sign in right away.
All right. Go on
Sorry
mute.
about that. Thank you. Okay, so I think he'll be able to sign in and stuff.
So the public's always going to see that bubble out there.
Okay.
Yes, that's after the fact of the live.
Hi, it's Ellen.
Hi, Ellen. We are all on mute because officially we're streaming live already. So we're just waiting for IT to get everyone ready, and then we'll start promptly at 10, assuming that we'll have some visitors. As of
even
now,
if
we
I
don't
ping
have
him here,
anybody
right?
waiting in the lobby.
Hey, Julio.
Yes.
So even what you're asking me to do is to have the interpreter pinged at all times. I won't be able to do that. Everybody would actually need to do that on their own computer through Teams.
If they want to see them, but the public's going to see them anyway on the YouTube and on the Facebook stream.
But not through Teams, unless they themselves choose to ping him.
Yeah, each individual.
Okay. Well, I'll hopefully in future ones we can do better. But for now, I'll just let him know. Then I'll notify him that that's the case.
Okay.
We do have an audience.
I think you're good. Yeah, we don't need it. He's good.
Or
We-
more like 12.
We do have some audience on Facebook. It looks like we have 6 folks watching it, so.
I'm gonna center the bubble where we can see him better.
Okay.
Hey, Fabiola, let me know when the ASL interpreter is already being seen or available on Facebook.
Yes, you should already see him.
Okay.
Yeah, we can see.
Hmm.
And I was like, I've had the same appointment Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for.
Fabiola, I'm going to ask everyone to mute themselves, but if there's anyone who is not muting themselves, I think you're going to have to do that yourself. You're going to have to mute them.
Correct.
On the Facebook video.
Everyone, we're not seeing the live streaming video on the City of El Paso.
Julio.
Yes.
Okay, so
It is on YouTube.
it's on
Is-
you. You're pinned, so
It's on YouTube. Okay.
Ask him to refresh for the city of El Paso.
do you want to refresh for the City of El Paso one?
Okay.
Julio,
We're
is
doing
your
it.
camera off?
Yes, I will go live as soon as we're all ready.
But it's not on the city of El Paso. It's streaming on ours on some but not city of El Paso. Ay, que estábamos hablando que se lo-
Are we ready?
We're ready. We still have that audience on Facebook. Y si pues, hagamos aquí.
Hello, everyone. We're about to start. This is the Sun Metro Routes Returning public meeting. So if you're not in the right meeting, this is the time to make a change. But we're going to give everyone here just a few seconds here to get ready, and then we'll start the meeting. Okay, ready? Well, hello, everyone. Good morning. My name is Julio Perez. This is our first public virtual meeting, if you can believe that, with the COVID-19 upon us. It's been really tough to meet and reach out to our passengers, but we're really happy to be here today with you. This is a time to announce that our routes are returning. They're coming back. Starting August 2nd. So this is the purpose of this particular meeting. So we welcome everyone. My name is Julio Perez. I'm with Sun Metro. We also have on the line Miss Claudia Garcia, who is with planning. And I don't know if you can see her. There you go.
Hi, good morning, everybody.
Okay. We also have Miss Ellen Smythe, who was our managing director of Sun Metro. There you go. Say hi to her. There you go. And we also have our marketing team back here, Miss Irene Villa, that you can hopefully, Irene, you have your camera on? So people can see who you are. There you are. So I have a good team right now together to answer any questions, give you information about our routes that are coming back. Just a couple of items, administrative items real quick, just for you to know. This is being streamed live. It is right now available on the City of El Paso YouTube channel, so you can watch that, and it'll actually be there after this meeting is over. So in case you missed something or you want to share it with someone, you can do that as well. Also, it is available on our sunmetro.net Facebook, and so being streamed on both sides. We have flyers that are being posted on our buses, at our terminals, those A-frames that you've seen whenever we have a change in our routes. And also, you can always call us, right? You can always call the 212-3333 number, and we can share or answer any questions. If you missed anything or something just didn't seem right, we can always answer that. Also, our system is available with ASL interpreting. So if you are someone who needs ASL interpreting, you can go to one of our two channels, like I said, the YouTube channel and also our Sun Metro Facebook channel, and you can have ASL interpreting available. So with that in mind, we are going to start our meeting today. This is really a very informal meeting. Ladies and gentlemen, we have some folks already watching us on Facebook and our YouTube channel. And I think we have a couple of guests, I believe. Do we have any guests here? Oh, and by the way, we have Ms. Fabiola Gonzalez, who is our moderator of the meeting. So welcome, Fabiola. Fabiola, do we have anybody on the line right now on Teams?
Yes, we do. We actually have a Lucila Nájera and a Dionisio Flores with us today.
So here's how it's going to work, ladies and gentlemen. So if you are on Teams and you want to communicate with us, you can always let us know via the comments on Teams, or you can unmute yourself and just speak up. This is really a very informal meeting. We're not about a lot of rules here. Also, if you are dialing in on the phone, so you're not on Teams, you're not on Facebook, you're not on YouTube, you're just dialing in. If you want to communicate with us, you would do *6. You would unmute yourself, and then we can hear you. But we do ask all of you to mute yourselves while you're not talking or while we're talking, so that we can have a good, clear communication going back and forth, okay? So I hope that makes sense. If not, shoot us an email. Fabiola is watching all the comments that are coming in, and we can certainly do that. So be patient with us a little bit. This is really the first time we're doing this. A little bit of technology, some technology issues that we're having, making sure that this is as accessible as possible to everyone, and that we can have a good process in place. So our routes are returning, ladies and gentlemen. They're coming back on August 2nd. And with that, we're also bringing back the collecting of fares. So what we're going to do is we're going to tell you a little bit about those changes. I think some of those changes are really exciting for you, and I think you'll like them. The reason why we're coming back, as you remember, back in, the COVID really started back in January, and it got really, it kept getting worse and worse. And somewhere in March, I believe it was, we started reducing our service because really we didn't have a ridership, right? Our ridership decreased by almost 50%. And so our buses were very empty. So we decided to go with a reduced service at the time. It was a Sunday service. But as now things are reopening and folks are getting back to employment, we're hearing back from our passengers, hey, I need a way to get to my employment. We're getting back to our daily lives, even though things are somewhat rough still out there. All of you know that our COVID-19 cases are continuing to increase. So we don't know what's going to happen, right? We don't know if after August 2nd things start changing again and we have to make some changes to our service again. We don't know that. For the time being, we're planning on bringing back our routes on August 2nd because a lot of folks need to get to their employment. They need to get to their places of duties. So that's what we're doing. So August 2nd, and we're going to start charging fares again. Let me see. So I'm going to turn the time over to Claudia Garcia. He's our in planning, and she is the one who has helped us put all these routes back together again. She's going to tell us about some of the changes we're doing, some of the good things that we're bringing back. And so with that, I'm going to give her the time, and then we're going to open it up for any comments, any questions that you may have. We're really, this is your meeting, right? We're doing this for you because we don't want to bring back some of these changes without giving you some information about them. So the more informed you are about our service, the more likely you're going to use it, and then you can share that information with others. So Claudia, why don't you come in and sit over here and take it over.
Good morning, everybody. And just so you know, like Julio mentioned, some of these changes, actually all of the changes are based because of the COVID, and you know that had a great impact on everybody's budget. So we were not the exception as well, right? So we're making some changes to make the entire system a little bit more efficient, trying to minimize the impact that it's going to have to our riders. So you're going to see in this new service plan that we have some of the routes that we had been requested by passengers and by the need of the service. So we're going to have a little bit of everything. Not everything is going to be deletions or anything like that. We have a little bit of everything. We're going to have some additional routes, expresses for those people to allow the commute from one part of town to another in a faster way. We have new routes on the gateway. For those who are familiar with the east side, we have most of the routes going to the east side from the east side terminal. We're taking the gateway, some from Airways, some from Hawkins, some from Viscount, to get to their destination on the east side, call it Pelicano, Rojas, Manwood, all those areas. So some of the adjustments that we're making to those routes is with the implementation of a new express service along Gateway East and Gateway West. From Airway to Lee Trevino, we're going to be able to make some modifications to the other routes that are needed to use that area in order to make it to the east side part of town. So this way the routes like 72, 73, Manwoods, all those will no longer have to travel on Gateway and get stuck during the construction and all the traffic, so they can be improved as well. So we're gonna have that new express there. We're also having a new express from downtown to Five Points, but not on Montana or on the freeway. We're actually doing it on the San Antonio McGuffin area, Myrtle, to go back, to allow the people in those areas an opportunity to get to Five Points and being able to do it in an express way. We have some other routes that are being cut in half. We call this service by segment, meaning that long routes, I'm just gonna give you an example, if hopefully you're familiar with it. Let's say 61 goes from downtown all the way to Mission Valley, going on Texas and then Alameda. It's a very long route. So in order to make it a little bit more efficient, we're cutting it kind of in half by Carolina. And then we're making a second part of that route in order to continue. So by this, we're gonna allow the same frequency, but we're saving some money in the overall operations of it. So this is the methodology we use for several routes. 35 is doing the same thing. It's not being eliminated. It's just being cut in segments, in two segments. So now you're going to have 35 for one portion of the route, and then you're going to have Route 37 for the second portion. We're going to be doing some sketch also changes to like route number 7. Route number 7 is also a very long route that goes from the northeast area all the way to Mission Valley. And we have duplication of service in a lot of these areas where we're making these adjustments. So the main ridership for this route is between the Northgate and the Community College Valle Verde. So that route is going to remain. And the second portion from the Community College Valle Verde to Mission Valley is going to be servicing by another route. Like in this case will be Route 63, which is going to have a minor change. Currently, it doesn't go inside the community college, but with this new change, now it's going to start servicing the community college. So somebody who needs to continue, they don't have to walk over or across the street or anything like that. They will be at the same bus stop inside the college. They're going to be able to transfer to this route. There's several changes like that. So we're going to be asking you, most of the routes that we're having some changes. We have only a few that didn't have any changes. So I'm going to mention those because there are some people that were asking about this. So like Route 14, Route 34, Route 43, Route 44, Route 59, 72, and 84 are not having any type of changes. So everything is going to remain the same, schedules and everything. Route 84 is a contract route. So by contract, we cannot make changes unless we amend that contract. So we're looking into that. Another one that is going to be having a change is going to be Route 83, which is the Sunland Park. And that's going to be because the contract is about to expire. We have an intergovernmental agreement with the city of Sunland Park, and the funds that they have for this route that they're paying us to run is about to expire. So we don't know exactly the date yet, but it's happening either in August, the end of August, early September. So you're going to be hearing from us again when this is going to stop, because City of Sunland Park decided they're not going to continue with the routing. So we're going to let you know as soon as we have more information on Route 83. But I just wanted to mention it just so you know that probably in a couple of months, that one is no longer going to be in existence, or at least it's not going to be run by Sun Metro. And then we have some minor changes on some of the routes just because we're either eliminating a couple of routes, like Route 30. That's a Fort Bliss route that goes inside the Fort Bliss, the commissary, and the PX. And that one had very, very low ridership, and it's been low for quite some time. So this was the opportunity to make the change, and since we needed to save some money, right, we took the opportunity. But then there's 2 areas of that route that have the ridership in there. So what we're gonna do, we're not gonna leave those people with no service. So what's gonna happen, a portion of the routing on the residential area is gonna be covered by Route 33. The portion of the inside the Fort Bliss area is gonna be covered by Route 32. So as a consequence, the 32 and the 33 are gonna have some adjustments on their schedule. So, and obviously because of the routing extension. We're also gonna be deleting Route 40. But the area that is being covered where it has the ridership is gonna be covered by Route 44 and 46. We have, I'm sorry, so many changes. I'm just trying to give you something more in general. We have the Route 69. I'm trying to think of the major changes. The 69 is no longer gonna go. It is no longer gonna do the portion of the Mission Valley to the bridge. That's Zaragoza Bridge. There's duplication of service, so we have the Route 60 going there, and we're gonna utilize that route to continue the service from the bridge to the Mission Valley. We have the new expresses from the Far East Terminal going straight to the East Side Terminal, and then from the East Side Terminal going straight to the Mission Valley Transfer Center. So this is going to allow people that having to go from the Mission Valley area, wanting to go to the Far East, or even going to and taking the county routes. Now they will be able to do it without having to go all the way downtown or anything like that. Now it's an express that is going to allow you to do that connection. On the express number 1, which is a direct line from the east side going to downtown, which is a very popular route that only services in the morning and in the afternoon. During the peak hours, it has 1 trip. We're adding 1 more stop to it. This has been also requested for some time now. It's going to be right behind Tinseltown on Rojas in Adabel. And that's just going to be adding that stop, an opportunity for people to do the park and ride and being able to take advantage of this route. We have on the west side, most of the ridership is very low on most of the routes, the neighborhood circulator routes, Route 12, 13, 16, 17, 19, all those routes. So we're going to be doing a modification on Route 16, where it's no longer going to service the west side street, the west side drive from Country Club to Arcraft. So that portion is being eliminated, but the service is going to continue on Upper Valley Street. And then the portion of the Donovan between the Montoya and the Country Club is also being eliminated because we have Route 12 going through there. So it's going to be providing the service through Montoya in the opposite direction it is currently doing. And then the portion that I used to cover behind the Sams on Crossroads and McLean is going to be now serviced by Route 12. And then these routes on the west side are the neighborhood circulators are going to be providing peak hour service only, like morning and afternoon. Then we have route number 10 is going to also suffer a minor routing change. Is going back to the original routing, which is going straight on Santa Fe from the area right there in front of the baseball stadium. They're just going to keep going straight on Santa Fe. At one point, we have to do the detour because there was construction, so it was going through Oregon and miss a little detour right there. But now we're back to the original routing, going straight on Santa Fe. And then one of the major changes in the central area would be for bus number 21 and 22. This is duplication of service, so we're keeping just number 21, offering service Monday through Sunday. And what we're doing, based on some of the requests made by the residents in the area, they wanted the opportunity to be able to go to the shopping center, the grocery stores right there across from Fox Plaza, the Food City and the Food Kings area. So this service is going to be expanded to that area to allow that opportunity. And it's going to just take the back road to the only way to go back to the route would be going all the way from Lisbon, all the way Delta to come back on Valverde, and the rest of the route is going to be the regular route. Because of this additional routing, we have to take away this small portion of the El Paso Drive. So somebody needing to go there to the Department of Public Health will need to get off on Chelsea, or it will need to get out right there on Reynolds. So it will be it's like a block of distance. So but we had to do that deletion. We have to meet that little portion in order to be able to do the routing to accommodate the grocery stores. And then on route number 25 Central, continue with the central area, we're also going to have a minor routing change. It's going to go, which is also duplication of service by other routes, where it's going to stop right there by the UMC, or what we used to call Thomason Hospital. That's the area where it's going to stop, turn around, and go back to the original routing to the Eastside Terminal. The portion from the University Medical Center to the 5 Points is going to be covered by the Brio route. Route 37 is going to be the extension to the second portion of the Route 35, going back to Northeast area, Central Northeast. The 41 is also going to be having some adjustments to the route, and it's going to be going only from the Bowman Hospital to the Norgate area, following the same routing as it's following right now, because that's where the bulk of the ridership was. And then from the Bowman Hospital to 5 Points, you still have the options of the 32 or the 36 area in that area. For the 46, this is the route that is going to be taking portion of the Route 40 on Martin Luther King and the Marcos Uribe area. And then it's going to have a minor adjustment on the McCombs area. Now going to the Eastside Terminal, and I know these are so many changes, and we're going to be asking people if you need information more detail. We had people at the terminals all last week, and we're going to offer that also the first week of the implementation of services. So because so many changes that we understand that it's hard to grasp all of it. So, but also we're asking people to call our customer service line, the 212-3333, or get into our webpage. All the changes with all the maps are already posted there. If you need information about a specific route, our customer service people will be more than happy to be able to help you with your concerns and your questions. And they can give you also the headways and the schedules for that if you need to make any adjustments to your schedule. But just to continue giving you a very general idea of what is coming. Then the east side, like the 51 and the 52, 53 route going on Edgemere, Pebble Hills, and Manwood. So the number 51 is gonna now, remember I mentioned at the beginning, is no longer gonna, those are not longer gonna go on west side, on the Gateway, I'm sorry, on the Gateway East and Gateway West. They're gonna be taking out Manwood Street to get McRae to get to the regular route. And now this one is gonna be cut by Tierra Este Arcipo area where our terminal is on Arcipo, the park and ride that we call. That's where it's gonna stop. And then from there, we're creating another circulator that is gonna connect all that far east area. 52 is gonna be doing the same. It's gonna be connecting through Manwood, leaving from the east terminal, going on Wedgwood and regular route. And now it's gonna go to the Arcipo Park and Ride. It's not gonna do the Pebble Hills, Charles Foster area. 53, the same thing, is gonna continue regular route, stopping at the George Dieter, Traywood area, where Manwood, George Dieter, and Traywood kind of do like a little triangle there. That's where it's gonna return back to the East Side Terminal. But the other area, the Manwood, Zaragoza, Sunfire, is gonna be covered with the new circulators that we have, which is the number 54 and 56. This is also to help people do connections a little bit faster now that we have these circulators there and the expresses from the Arcipo to the East Side Terminal or to Mission Valley. So no matter where you're at, you can get to your destination a little bit faster, even though now you have to transfer to another route. The Route 54, which is one of our new ones, is following the Manwood, Sunfire, Zaragoza, Charles Schultz area, Tierra Este, Edgemere. That's in general the area this is gonna be covering. Route 56, which is another of our new ones, is gonna be doing the Rich Bean, Edgemere, Arcipo, Montana, and the service to the jail, county jail on Campuzano. So we're still gonna be providing service to that area now through Route 56 versus the 51 that used to be. Then we have the Route 58, which comes on Montana from Hawkins all the way to almost Loop 375. That one is gonna be providing service to the new hospital, the new Bowman Hospital, once that's ready. So far, it's scheduled to happen in October, but if anything changes, we're just gonna continue with the regular route until that's open. And one that is open, we're gonna do service there during peak hours only. It's gonna be entering the hospital through Loop 375, okay? And then it's gonna have a minor routing change between the George Theater area and the Lee Trevino. That's gonna be eliminated on Edgemere. So we have the route Edgemere doing that portion of it. So this is just to make it a little bit more efficient overall. Then Route 60 on the Mission Valley. That one is gonna be covering portion of the route that used to go Corralitos South Side area. And it's gonna be eliminating the service on Alameda from Zaragoza to the 375. It's no longer gonna go through there, but it's gonna be going on Socorro Road, okay? We have the 61, which is one of the ones that were cut in segments, just meaning cut into different routes. We have, so the 61, the second portion of the 61 now is going to be the 64. And where the route is being cut is at one of the Brio stations. And it's the same bus stop that you're going to utilize if you wish to continue on the local service 64 to continue east to the or west to the either Mission Valley or the DTC area. But if from there you want to just take the regular Brio, you can do so as well. The 62 is another one that is being cut by segments by the Carolina again. And then the second version of this is going to be Route 82. We have Route 63 that I had mentioned earlier, where it's going to be going to the Community College Valle Verde, and it's just going to stop at the Mission Valley. The area of the Candelaria and Socorro Alameda Americas portion is going to be eliminated, but it's being done by Route 60 partially. And then we have the 64, which is the portion of the 61. And the 65 and 66. 65 is one that is going to go from downtown to Valle Verde only, because that's where the majority of the ridership was. And then we have other services from the community college going to Hacienda Heights, which is part of the route that the 63 now is going to cover. 66 going from downtown to Bordeaux and Bethel. Now it's going to be cutting segments, so it's going to be two routes. It's going to be 66 up to the community college, and then Route 86 to continue on our loop all the way to Bordeaux. We have the Route 67 that it goes on all Yarborough and all Lee Trevino. It's a very long route that just goes north and south, Yarborough and Lee Trevino. Now we're going to be cutting these two routes. And we're cutting this route in two, the 67 being the Yarborough and 68 being the Trevino. For those who have been riding our bus that for a long time, that's how we used to do it a few years back. But then when we have to do some reallocation of resources, we interline these two routes to make it better for the resources that needed to be utilized back then. But now we're going to be using the same amount of resources and just allowing the people to just either travel on Yarborough or Lee Trevino, and the transfer can be done at the same bus stop without having to transfer if you need to continue on Lee Trevino or on Yarborough, you're coming from the previous route. We have Route 69 that mentioned that is no longer going to be going to the bridge. And then we have Route 72, which is the one that goes on Vista del Sol and Traywood. That route, it used to have a duplication of service. We have two circulators going in the same, covering the same area, just in opposite directions. Now we're just going to keep one, which is the 72, and we're eliminating Route 71. We're still providing the same service with the same bus stops and everything. The 74, 73 and 74 are going to be combined. So there will be a new Route 74. We're going to be doing a combination of the Vista del Sol Pelicano Rojas area into this. So this from the east side, I think this is one of the ones that is suffering a little bit more of the change itself. So if you're in that area, please make sure that you get information on this new Route 74. And that's about it as far as all the routes that are going to be having some type of change. Again, please call the customer service at 212-3333 to get more detailed and specific information. It's too many routes. We totally understand this. So it's hard to be giving one-on-one feedback, but please call our customer service to get more information and help in regards to the to the times and all that. Our people already have that information, so they will be able to help you plan your trip. If any of that headways got affected, they will be able to give you information as well. You can also go to our webpage on sanmetro.net, and you can find all these maps with a description and the times as well. Thank you so much, and we're going to be answering some of the questions in a moment.
So everyone, I know what you're thinking, that, you know, if you didn't have a pen or pencil to write everything down, it's like, how do I keep everything straight? Well, first of all, as Claudia said, you can go to sunmetro.net and under service changes and the upcoming service, you can find all the different maps, the descriptions of all the changes. Don't worry about that. Also, remember that it's being streamed live on YouTube and Facebook, so you can always go back and watch everything that you have watched today or you have seen today, and you can get that same information. You know, this time of COVID-19 gave us an opportunity to go back and rethink and become more efficient in the way we do business. This COVID-19 has impacted everybody, every business, every agency, every city, and it's forcing us to rethink the way we do things to be more efficient. And this is really what we're doing, but at the same time, recognizing that we need to bring back the service that you need. So this service is not a Sunday service only. This is really a Monday through Friday, like the regular schedules that we had before. So that has not changed. So that way, if you need to get your employment in the morning, now you can. So please know that you can always call us back, get information. If you need one-on-one, if you need to talk to someone, one of us, you know, the information is on our website, and I'll give it to you at the end of the meeting as well. So you can contact us, and we'll be more than happy to do that. Maybe have a one-on-one meeting with any one of you, or a conversation, and we can explain in detail some of the things that we're doing. So with that, I think what we're going to do, I don't know if Ms. Ellen Smythe, our Managing Director, wants to add anything at this point before we turn it over to our meetings or to our questions, but I think Fabiola is also ready to let someone answer or ask any questions. I think what we're going to do is we're going to go down the list of attendees and see if they have any questions, because we don't really have a good way of managing the folks that are on Facebook and also the folks that are in Teams. So with that, Ms. Smythe, would you like to add anything to that?
No, like I said, I think we should take the remaining time and answer the questions first.
Okay. All righty. So Fabiola, let's go down the list of attendees on Teams first and see if anybody has any questions, and then they can unmute themselves and ask the questions, and then any one of us here will be able to answer, and then we'll go to our Facebook. Do we have any? Okay, sounds good. So let's go with that. Fabiola?
Sure. So the first one we have on the list is Priscilla Contreras.
No, Ms. Fabiola, I'm with Representative Rivera's office, just seeing how the meeting is going.
Okay. The next one we have is Dionisio Flores. Questions, comments?
Thank you for the opportunity, but like the previous one, I'm just monitoring to see what you guys are up to. Thank you.
Great, thank you. We have a DJ Avila. DJ Avila?
If you are talking and we can't hear you, there's a possibility you are muted on Teams, so you would have to unmute yourself. Or if you're on the phone, *6.
No. Okay. So
let's move on.
Our next guest is Lucila Nájera.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay.
And we can see
I was just, oh, okay, sorry. No, I was just going ahead and wanting to know what you all were going to be doing, because we do have a route or one that's not used on the Trevino coming from I-10 down south. So thank you very much for all the information that you're providing. And I'm hoping that you will have all that information on your website. Is that correct?
You will do.
Of all the changes and everything?
Not
Okay.
only do we have the same information, but we also have all of our maps, so each individual map. And I apologize, we wanted to show all the maps on the screen, but we had some technical issues whereby if we showed them on the screen, we would lose our ASL interpreter on the screen. So we didn't want to do that and have our system become accessible. I'm hoping that next time we do that, maybe we'll have resolved that issue.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you very much, and keep doing a wonderful job.
Thank you.
Thank you. So the next person we have on here is David Torres.
Hi, I'm with the Office of Management and Budget. I just want to check into the presentation and was just curious as to what you guys are doing. I think this is a great step forward. Good job, good presentation. And we look to see you guys move forward.
Thank you. Thank you.
And that's actually the last participant guest.
Okay. How do we go to do we have some questions from Facebook?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna go down. We have some questions from Facebook, and I think we're just we're gonna go down the list and answer them.
There's a comment on the shelters. I think it would be just good for us to explain how we place the shelters. We understand that we wish that we could do shelters for every single bus stop, but just to let you know, we do have almost 3,000 bus stops. We have about 2,900 bus stops. So even though it would be great, of course, to have a shelter on each one. Sometimes there's no right of way. Sometimes it's private property. So there are several things that we have to take in consideration, and also the cost of it, right? So it is not feasible to every bus stop to have a shelter, but we do have a list, and we do have a program for the shelter implementation. So we base the ridership and the right of way and different elements, different aspects to consider for a shelter. So right now we're looking at actually additional 10 locations. Whenever we have funds for that program, we start installing some of these shelters. So there was a question on that, like we don't put shelters at every station, but that's impossible, unfortunately.
And just one general comment on that, ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the day, our service, as much as we want to improve it, we want to improve it, but based on your need. So if you ever have a need, a specific need, please let us know about it, because that's one of the criteria that we use. We want to know your input. We want to know what your need is. So if you have a bus stop that is missing, a shelter or a trash can, or it's inaccessible to you because there's no platform for someone in a wheelchair, all of those things we want to hear back from you, and we put them into consideration. So the next time we have the availability of a shelter or that trash can or funding to improve the area for someone in a wheelchair, we do that. So we always place those on top of our list. Those needs that you call us in with, we place them on top of that list, so that please know that your input is very much needed. So what's the next question?
That's it. The other one was about 63 going to the East Terminal. Yes, still going to the East
Okay, the
Terminal.
one question was 63 going still to the East Side Terminal? The answer is yes, it is. No changes there.
And then they're just comments. So,
Okay, and then the other ones are just general comments among themselves. So is there anything else that anyone has thought of as we were talking?
I do have a question.
Yes.
This is Lucia Nakara. I do have a question. In the gateway east and west, the reasoning for that closure, or you all not doing there, being that you do have various apartments in that area, why was it not kept?
No, it is kept. It just have a dedicated route now. Is that so? Now all the east side routes like 71, 70, the ones that usually gets it 71, 72, 73, 74, they no longer have to go through there. They can cut through Mountwood to get to the east side. But we do have the Route 8, which now is going to service the entire gateway, and you can still get it from the east side terminal. But it will be a dedicated route for all the gateway from Airway to Lee Trevino on both Gateway East and Gateway West.
So 51, 52, and 53 are the ones that have changed that are going to be taking another route. And so now the dedication is only going to be for 8, for bus number 8. Is that correct? That will cover both ends coming and going? Or is there going to be 2 different ones, or is it just going to be that one bus taking care of both sides? Because we also have some issues passing, like going to the Mission Community College. Are you going to have a bus heading out there as well?
Well, that's the county.
Or
the Mission Valley, the Mission Del Paso, that's community college, that's the county. And the county does have a route, the Route 84, that they have the contract with us. So that one's still that one is one of the routes that didn't have any changes. Because of the contract, we're limited on what we can do until we amend the contract. So that one's still working the way it is. We won't make changes unless the county is requesting some of those changes. But as far as the Gateway East and Gateway West, it's one route that is covering both sides, because it goes from Airway all the way to Lee Trevino and then comes back on Gateway West.
Now some of those bus stops, and I know that it's kind of cumbersome, and it is quite a bit of money to be able to put some of your shelters there. And in regards to the construction, there's no more construction, so I'm very happy for that. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? So in closing, I just want to emphasize something really quick. Whenever we put service out, we never want to assume that it's going to be perfect. We know that it's going to impact someone out there or someone's schedule or something like that. We want to hear from you, so that if we can make some improvements, in the next sign up, we can, and we want to include those recommendations from you. So I really want to emphasize for you to call us, let us know how it's working out for you. If there's anything that we can do to improve, please call the 212-3333 line. If you need to speak to any one of us by name, you can mention it. Again, my name is Julio Perez. I'm with Sun Metro Operations. Claudia Garcia with Planning. Irene Villa here from Marketing. And between any one of us, we can answer any questions or even set up an online meeting with you one-on-one, and we can talk to you about that. Also, something that is coming back, since this COVID-19 started, back in March or so, we really stopped having these in-person meetings for obvious reasons. But I think, and also the city stopped allowing to have meetings in general. But going forward, I think they're allowing us to start having these monthly Citizens Advisory Committee meetings once again. And I think our goal is to start the next one in August. So please reach out to us. Please get involved. Let us know what where your thoughts are, recommendations in the system. We'll be sending out an invite just like this one, and hopefully we'll get better. This was our first meeting that we had. We thought it was just as simple as just sending out a meeting invite. It was a little bit more challenging than that, thinking of all the things that we had to do. So we'll get better as things go by. So keep an eye out for an invite for the Citizens Advisory Committee meeting that takes place, I believe, every second Wednesday of the month. But we'll send out the invite. Give us a call if you have any questions on that. So I'm going to then open up the final comments for our Managing Director, Ellen Smythe, and then I think we'll bring closure to the meeting.
Hi, thank you, Julio. I just want to remind everyone that masks will be required for all of the riders on the Sun Metro bus system, and that fares will be collected back as normal, what we used to do. We do offer the day pass, the week pass, and a monthly pass, as well as the student passes and the senior passes. So it helps us a lot if you purchase your tickets before you board the bus. Once you board the bus for your fares, it slows down the process for everyone. We're working really hard to make sure our ticket vending machines are all working at the larger transit terminals. And also a reminder for Saturday, August 1st, there will be a dedication ceremony at the Silla Vista terminal. As you know, that terminal is being dedicated and renamed for Mr. Benavides, who is a victim of the August 3rd shooting last year. So that ceremony will be on Saturday, August 1st, and everyone is invited. It's going to be at 10 o'clock, and there'll be more information coming out about that as well. Wanted to thank everyone for joining us today on this virtual meeting. As Julio stated, it was a little more involved than what we had originally imagined, and we'll be getting a lot better at this as we go on. If you need information, sunmetro.net or 212-3333, we're here to answer any questions that you might have. So, Julio?
Thank you, Ms. Smythe. And you know what, I just, in having you speak, Ms. Smythe, it reminded me of one other item, and that is that along with collecting fares, we are going to basically collect fares on our brios. Okay, just so you are aware, on every brio starting August 2nd, just like any other route, the doors in the back will be closed. And we'll be asking our passengers to board through the front so that we can collect a fare at that time. And as Ms. Smythe said, especially on the brios, it would help tremendously if you can buy your ticket prior to boarding. It will really help us expedite the process just in general. Our brios are meant to be a more expeditious service. So by purchasing your ticket prior to will really help us. But that's also one change that is coming up August 1st on our brios. And one final comment here, everything that we've talked about, even if you don't have time to go to our website every time to find out what our changes are, you can always download our Sun Metro Go mobile app, either on Android or an iOS app from the store. Download it. That will have all the latest information. So if you want to go from point A to point B and you're wondering, is it a different route now that I've got to take? Is there a different time? That mobile app will guide you through the process and give you the right information. So with that, unless anybody else has anything to say, I think we're going to close the meeting. Please go back to our city channel, our city YouTube. City of El Paso YouTube, and you can re-watch or share the video with others, and that's it.
And we will repeat this similar outreach meeting tomorrow evening at 6 p.m. So if you want to watch it again, if you have any friends who might be interested, please pass it along and let everyone know. We'll be having another session tomorrow evening at 6 p.m.
Yes, very good comment. Thank you. All right, everyone. Thank you. You be safe. Okay, it's tough times right now. Please be safe. Wear your masks and help us all. Have a good day today. Stay out of the heat. All righty. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.